Good evening. My name is Amy Lund. I'm teaching kindergarten currently. I've been teaching for 23 years, and to piggyback on some of the other people here, I don't remember seeing an email about the Redbird. I did remember seeing an email about Canvas, and it probably was in the BTU or the alert that you sent out. We have so many of those a day, though. And with 23 kindergartners in my room, I barely have time even to get a computer out. I don't even have my 5 laptops plugged in right now because I can't teach them how to log on unless I do it whole group. And then what are the others? There's so much going on in there. So I personally have been teaching so long that I should be knowing what I'm doing. But I feel like I don't because any minute an administrator comes in and, why aren't you using this? Well, why aren't the kids talking like adults? They expect, seriously. Oh, I agree with you, Mr. Runcie. Yes, you are a very tall man. They don't talk like that, but we are trying to get them to, but it's just very difficult. So I don't think I need to learn another program to implement when my kindergartners can't even log in for it. But the ones that we are using, they don't want to get on either. After 15 minutes, they're like, can I get off now? So I just want you to really think about the teachers, and I don't know who you piloted to and all of that, but I know if I got an email, I wasn't able to read it, or I said, no, I'm not doing that. It's not mandatory. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take the 2 young ladies that are coming up, and then we're going to go to open public, and then we have maybe about 60 other agenda items that you'll have an opportunity to speak to if you would like to. Go ahead.
I appreciate being called a young lady. Thank you. My name is Kathy Williams, and I teach at the MacArthur High School in Hollywood. And what I want to speak to is...
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Where it's always a great day to be a Mustang.
Yes. Where it's always a great day to be a Mustang. Yes. What I want to say is that all of these things, of course, I agree with. I also, though, want you to consider, I teach social studies, and when I teach a lot of political cartoons. And sometimes I think if I could draw, I would draw a political cartoon that had a child in the middle and had 2 monsters on each side. One monster would be data, and the other monster would be technology. And I would be trying to pull the child back to save them, because that's what it feels like to me. It feels like, we are just feeding the data monster constantly, feeding the technology monster constantly. And I think that part of it is the nature of bureaucracy, is the fact that there's a disconnect between what actually happens in the classroom, in the trenches, with teachers, with their students, and what sounds like a good idea in an office. I also think there's a disconnect between, I don't work for you. I don't work for Mr. Runcie. I work for someone who works for someone who works for Mr. Runcie and the school board. And if they think, even if you think that it is not mandatory, it's a choice, well, guess what? By the time it gets to me, it's not a choice anymore. And you think, I'm offering choices, I'm offering these ideas, and that sounds really great. Except when it gets through all the way down, the area, the principal, the assistant principal, all of a sudden, we will do this. And that's a problem. So I wanted to bring that to your, just to the thought process, and to think that maybe we don't need as many options. I've done Edmodo, Schoology, now Canvas. Forget it. I just pay to have my own website, so I can just do it myself. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. Thank you.
Thank you.